The common myth is everyday people cannot become wealthy. This is such a lie, and unfortunately it is a lie that so many of us have bought into. I myself had bought into it at one point, and today we are debunking that myth, and I am going to give you the tools to become wealthy. That's right, everyday normal people just like you, just like me, just like many of us, we can become wealthy. Not just a little bit wealthy, but we can become really stinking filthy rich. So it is possible. Who am I? I am Gregg. I am an entrepreneur turned consultant. This channel is all about helping you. I love helping you. I have found success and I love seeing others find success as well. That's why I have this channel. Stop the Grind is about helping you stop grinding away at a job you hate with people you don't like. Instead, you can live the life you want. You can live your passions. So Stop the Grind is all about helping you stop the grind. Do me a favor, subscribe now because it really helps this channel out and it really helps me know that this content helps you. So 99% of college graduates, intelligent people, 99% of college graduates believe that getting a good paying job is the key to financial success. The problem is this is not true, and we fall for this lie all the time. I believed it too. I believed the key was getting a great job making great money. It's not true. I can tell you firsthand, it is not true. And this became very clear to me as I was working a great job, making really good money, living, well, in an expensive area. I lived in New Jersey at the time. And really, after my great paycheck, working the great job, there just wasn't any money left over, so I couldn't get ahead. It was an impossible dream that I kept chasing, but it never seemed to work. There was just nothing left. I really felt like I was living on a fixed income, and it used to annoy me to no end when I'd hear somebody, especially somebody who was living a retired life, tell me, well, they can't afford something because they're on a fixed income. You are not on a fixed income. Yes, you have Social Security, which is a fixed amount, but you have the ability to do other things. Go be a Walmart greeter or something to make more money. You're not stuck. I am stuck on a fixed income. I'm working a full-time job that's way more than full-time. I have no free time. I'm on a salary. There's no way that I can make extra money. I'm on a fixed income and there's nothing I can do to break this cycle of using my entire paycheck just to pay bills and not being able to get ahead. So I felt like I was the one truly on the fixed income. And it was so frustrating to me that I just couldn't get ahead. There was no option for me to get a second job because my job already took so many of my hours that there was no time left for a second job, and my hours at my main job were quite sporadic. So even if I got a second job, there was no time that I could definitely commit to doing that second job. And a second job would want me to show up at specific times. Well, maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. So second job was not an option. I also didn't have time to build a side hustle because of the same problem. My main job took all of my time, and a side hustle would require certain hours that I just couldn't guarantee I'd show up for to do my side hustle because I had to do my main job. So if I was going to break free from this never-ending grind, I needed something to change. But I didn't know how to make that change happen. So stay with me here because I'm going to help you find that change today so that you're not stuck in the cycle I was stuck in. All right, step one, and don't tune me out here because we're tired of hearing step one. Step one is you have to have a budget. So what I did first was I made sure that my regular full-time job paid all of my bills, and I stuck to a budget, and all that money went to pay my bills. But yes, there was none left over. But at least my bills were covered and I wasn't going into debt at this point. And that's key. If you are bleeding into debt, stop the bleeding. You've got to stop the bleeding and you've got to control your finances. If you don't control your finances first, it doesn't matter what else you do, nothing will work to help you get ahead. I can't say that any more clearly or any more loudly or any more distinctly that you need to stop the bleeding and control your money first. If you don't, anything you do to make more money is just going to be consumed by the never-ending vicious cycle of spending it all and having nothing left over. Control the money first. Okay, step 2 sounds obvious, but I'm going to explain it in more detail. Step 2, I needed to find more money. I needed to somehow increase my income. I needed to do something now to get above what I was making from my regular job. Here's the trick. I couldn't work an extra job. I couldn't work a side hustle. So there was nothing left that I could do. Here's where the problem lies. We're all told about these side hustles that don't work, and we're all told about side hustles that you have to show up for on a regular basis at regular times. When I discovered that I could build side hustles that didn't require specific time slots and that I could fill in the cracks, things started to change. Now, if you're saying those don't exist, there's a whole playlist on this channel called Side Hustle Saturday that has side hustles that can fill in the cracks and side hustles that you can do on regular time slots. There's side hustles there that anyone can do. It's not your typical, we'll do affiliate marketing, build a blog, none of that. I get it. Those are side hustles that not every person can do. We focus real heavy on side hustles that you can do. So how does this work now? There are lots of side hustles that you can do in your free time that don't require you to show up at a specific time. It just requires you to do something to make money. The number one key I found to side hustles that work is ones that I was able to turn into recurring revenue, because I could do the work once and then it would keep paying. So these are magical. And I've got a lot of those highlighted in the Side Hustle Saturday playlist. For me, one of the big things that I started doing was building websites. But I built websites not in the standard way. What I did, instead of telling a customer that it would cost, at the time I was charging $2,500 to build a website. So instead of paying $2,500 a website, you could pay me just $28 a week. A lot of people jumped at that opportunity to pay $28 a week instead of front loading all that money for the website. Now, in building your website for $28 a week, you don't own the website. I do, and you have to pay me $28 every week. If you'd like to take that website anywhere else at any time after that, you can pay out the cost of the website and take it. That's fine. If you don't want to pay it out, your website just gets deleted and we move on. This worked extremely well because now these customers were paying over $100 a month forever for their websites. It was actually, believe it or not, just a win-win for both of us, not just for me. Because really, in this model, I still paid for website hosting. And when I figured in the cost of website hosting and the cost of their website, it's about a 3.5 year time frame that it would take to pay back the $2,500 that they would have paid. In the meantime, I also managed the website to keep it up to date. Any plugins or any security breaches or any of that stuff I managed for them, and they didn't have to pay extra money. So truthfully, they were getting a much better deal, but I was getting a steady income stream. Once websites passed the 3.5 year mark, I was really on the profit side of this, but the customer was still getting tons of value. So this was a magical transformation right here. It wasn't like instant big money. It was money that grew over time, recurring revenue. And I was able to build websites in the spare spots I had. It really didn't take me a lot of time to build a website. The biggest rub would be talking to a customer. So I had to find time slots to talk to a customer so that I could build them a website. I tried to do a lot of that communication in email form. One, so I had a paper trail, so I could see what was written and respond back to them and they had a paper trail, but also so I didn't have to have specific time slots to talk to them since my time was so limited. Then I could build the website when I had the time and then send them the final copy. So that worked really well. I had websites now paying me $28 a week. That was good revenue, and I kept looking for more side hustles like that. Side hustles that can fill in cracks that don't require specific times were the key to me making extra money. Now, with that extra money, what did I do? I saved it. That did not go to my budget. See, my budget was already set. My real job or my regular job or whatever you want to call that is what I used to pay all of my bills. Now, all this other money I was making just went in the bank and in investments, and that continued to grow separate. I didn't increase my living expenses. I didn't increase my expenses at all because of this money over here. No, this was setting up my financial freedom is what it was going to do. As I built side hustles, I started to build businesses. Eventually, I quit my regular full-time job and I started just building businesses and became a serial entrepreneur. Some of these businesses now I have sold off. Some of them I still have. But these businesses set up my future for me in the fact that I was able to start building them on the side, most of which also required no money up front for me to build the business. I also have videos on this channel about that, how you can build businesses with no money. So if any of this intrigues you, go ahead, watch those videos because you can build yourself a great, safe financial future by doing these hustles in the gaps that will make you great money, and you can set up a future of money as well through it. The two keys here are budget correctly and budget well. Don't spend all your side hustle money. Save it and use that to build towards your future. That's what I've got for you today. I hope this was helpful for you. If you need any help at all, I love helping you. So there is a link in the description where you can schedule time with me. I'll help you with your hustle, whatever it is, forming your business, getting started. I love helping you find success. I found success and I love seeing others just like you find success as well.